Mercury's transit into Aquarius beginning February 3, 2026, marks one of the significant intellectual and communicative phases of the year. This transit is not short-lived or superficial, because Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius on February 26, remain there for an extended period, turn direct on March 21, and finally leave Aquarius only on April 11, 2026. This means Mercury will stay in Aquarius for more than 2 months, making its impact deeper, layered, and karmically important. It is essential to note that these interpretations are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. Mercury represents communication skills, intelligence, logic, calculation, marketing, business sense, writing, analytical ability, quick decision-making, skills with hands, curiosity, and youthfulness. It is the planet that controls how information is collected, processed, and shared. Aquarius, on the other hand, is the 11th sign of the zodiac, carrying strong 11th house energy. It governs gains, desires, hopes, large organizations, global networks, social movements, mass platforms, innovation, science, research, and upliftment of society. Aquarius is not personal, it is collective. It thinks about systems, humanity, and the future rather than individual comfort. When Mercury enters Aquarius, the intellect shifts from personal concerns to larger goals. People become more interested in technology, scientific thinking, unconventional ideas, humanitarian causes, social reform, and future planning. Communication becomes more detached, logical, and idea-driven. Emotional expression reduces, while analytical and objective thinking increases. This is a transit where people want information that serves a purpose, improves systems, or benefits a larger group. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Rahu, which gives this transit a unique dual nature. Saturn brings discipline, patience, delay, and long-term effort, while Rahu brings innovation, disruption, obsession, technology, foreign influence, and unconventional thinking. Because of this, Mercury in Aquarius produces brilliant ideas, but results often come after delay and perseverance. Many people may feel that their ideas are ahead of time or misunderstood initially. But Aquarius always rewards persistence. This is a transit where knowledge is gathered now, tested during retrograde, refined after Mercury turns direct, and finally applied meaningfully by April. This Mercury transit is exceptionally powerful because Aquarius will host a major planetary concentration. During this period, Mercury will conjunct Venus, Sun, Mars, and Rahu. The solar eclipse on February 17th occurs in Aquarius, with 5 planets including the Moon occupying the sign. This makes Aquarius the epicenter of karmic events, mental shifts, and collective redirection. Eclipse energy amplifies confusion initially, but it permanently resets priorities. Information revealed during this period can change long-term trajectories. Mercury's conjunction with Sun brings authority to ideas. Communication becomes confident, sometimes rigid. People speak with conviction and expect recognition for their intellect. This can elevate leadership in scientific, technical, and organizational roles, but it can also produce ego clashes, especially in professional or ideological debates. When Sun and Mercury come very close, speech can become harsh or overly commanding. The conjunction with Mars intensifies action. Ideas no longer remain theoretical. There is a strong urge to execute, implement, and compete. This is excellent for innovation, startups, technical projects, business expansion, activism, and problem-solving. Mercury-Mars also creates blunt speech, impatience, and arguments, especially in online spaces and group discussions. During this period, words can quickly escalate conflicts if emotional intelligence is lacking. Mercury's conjunction with Venus adds creativity, skill, and financial intelligence. This combination supports people working in design, media, content creation, finance, trading, branding, beauty, luxury, and digital platforms. It also enhances the ability to monetize skills and ideas, especially through networks and online systems. Creativity becomes more intelligent, structured, and market-oriented rather than purely emotional. The most karmically sensitive combination is Mercury with Rahu and Sun, especially around the eclipse. This often indicates eclipse-like conditions for intellect and ego. Information can be misleading, exaggerated, or distorted. People may overpromise, manipulate data, or spread half-truths. At the same time, this combination is excellent for learning foreign languages, machine languages, AI systems, coding, digital platforms, and unconventional business models. Mercury Rahu creates extremely clever minds, but ethics and grounding become crucial. Because Aquarius is connected with large systems, this transit can bring global focus on technology, artificial intelligence, digital governance, social media regulations, scientific discoveries, space research, and humanitarian crises. Governments, large organizations, and institutions may announce new policies, reforms, or technological frameworks. Public debate around freedom, control, data, and collective responsibility can intensify. Jupiter retrograding in Gemini during this time aspects Aquarius, adding learning, teaching, and philosophical debate, but also mental overload if information is not filtered properly. On a personal level, this Mercury transit encourages people to think beyond themselves, refine long-term goals, reconnect with networks, and reassess desires. During retrograde, plans may slow down, collaborations may need revision, and communication gaps may appear. But these delays are corrective, not destructive. Aquarius always works for long-term collective benefit, even if short-term confusion exists. It's crucial to recognize Mercury symbolizes communication influenced by surroundings, mirroring how conversations reflect one's company. In essence, Mercury's transit triggers curiosity regarding matters related to the sign and house it traverses, prompting information gathering and sharing, aligning with Mercury's fundamental nature to communicate and exchange knowledge. To assess the impact of this transit, it's crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign provides insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you'll emotionally respond to these changes. Consider the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current Dasha period. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining Mercury's Ashtaka score in Aquarius. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit will differ from person to person, contingent on Mercury's interaction with the planets in their individual birth charts, or its transit through the zodiac. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Mercury Dasha may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. It's important to remember that the effects of this transit will vary for each person. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. For Aries, Mercury rules your 3rd house and 6th house, and during this phase it will transit through Aquarius in your 11th house. This is a strong and productive placement because the 11th house represents income, gains, fulfillment of desires, achievements, social circles, friends, elder siblings, networking, and long-term rewards. When Mercury enters the 11th house, life becomes more interactive and outward-facing. Communication increases, connections expand, and opportunities often come through people rather than isolation. For Aries individuals, this transit can mark an important phase of growth through networking, communication, and smart effort. Mercury is the planet of communication, calculation, analysis, strategy, marketing, business intelligence, and information exchange. In the 11th house, Mercury naturally activates networks and group dynamics. Aries individuals may find themselves interacting more with friends, colleagues, professional circles, and online communities. Conversations shift from strictly professional matters to a more casual yet goal-oriented tone. You may reconnect with old friends, revive dormant contacts, or become more active in group discussions. Many useful ideas, opportunities, or leads can come through casual conversations during this time. Since Mercury rules your 3rd house, which represents communication skills, courage, initiatives, writing, marketing, short travels, and self-effort, this transit strongly supports gains through your own efforts. Aries individuals may feel more confident about expressing ideas, sharing opinions, and initiating conversations that can benefit them financially or socially. This is an excellent time for those involved in sales, marketing, freelancing, content creation, consulting, teaching, social media, or any role where communication and outreach matter. Your words can open doors, and your initiative can bring tangible rewards. Mercury also rules your 6th house, which governs competition, enemies, debts, disputes, service, routine, and problem solving. When the 6th Lord moves into the 11th house, it creates a powerful combination for victory over competition and financial gains through effort. Aries individuals may notice that challenges faced earlier start converting into results. You may outperform competitors, secure better opportunities, or gain recognition for handling difficult situations intelligently. This transit rewards persistence and smart strategy rather than brute force. At the same time, the 6th house influence makes you calculative about income. Aries individuals may start checking whether their earnings are fair, whether they are being paid at par with colleagues, and whether their efforts are being rewarded properly. You may review salary structure, incentives, commissions, or future income potential. This is a very good period to analyze finances, plan income growth, and identify areas where you can improve efficiency. Avoid comparison-driven frustration. Use awareness as motivation, not resentment. Aquarius brings a unique and forward-looking tone to this transit. Aquarius represents large organizations, technology, innovation, social systems, humanitarian goals, and unconventional thinking. Aries individuals may feel drawn toward group-based work, technology-driven platforms, online networks, or community-oriented goals. Gains may come through digital channels, social media, tech-based projects, or large institutions. You may also feel more interested in contributing to collective goals rather than focusing only on personal success. This can expand your social influence and long-term rewards. This transit becomes extremely significant due to the presence of Sun, Rahu, Mars, and Venus in Aquarius, creating a powerful stellium in your 11th house. This means gains, desires, ambitions, and social influence become dominant themes in your life. You may feel mentally occupied with goals, income, and future planning. Opportunities may come quickly, but so can pressures and expectations. The Sun, Moon, and Rahu conjunction forming a solar eclipse is especially important. An eclipse always marks a new beginning and a hidden truth coming to light. Since this eclipse occurs in your 11th house, Aries individuals may experience a turning point related to income, social circles, long-term goals, or friendships. A new ambition may emerge after the eclipse. You may realize which goals truly matter and which friendships or associations are no longer aligned with your future. Some truth about your income sources, professional value, or social environment may become clear. Mercury with the Sun increases confidence in communication within groups. You may take a leadership role in your network or become more vocal about your ideas. People may listen to you more seriously. This is good for influence and recognition, but ego clashes are possible. Avoid dominating conversations or assuming superiority within groups. Respectful communication will bring better results. Mercury with Mars increases ambition and competitiveness related to income and success. Aries individuals may push hard toward financial goals, targets, or achievements. This combination supports bold networking, aggressive marketing, and fast execution of plans. It can also create arguments with friends, colleagues, or elder siblings if impatience takes over. Words spoken in anger can damage long-term relationships, so restraint is important. Mercury with Venus softens the intensity and brings support through friendships and social harmony. Venus supports gains to relationships, charm, and diplomacy. Aries individuals may enjoy social gatherings, reconnect with supportive people, or receive help from friends. This is also favorable for creative collaborations and financial opportunities arising through social interaction. Venus can also increase spending on entertainment, socializing, or lifestyle upgrades, so financial discipline is necessary. Because Mercury rules both effort and competition in your chart, this transit strongly favors earning through skill, intelligence, and communication. It is a good time to explore side income, freelancing, commissions, or business ideas. You may also gain useful information from friends or networks that helps you plan long-term success. Elder siblings may play a role in guidance, support, or important discussions. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your 11th house is a powerful period for gains, networking, income awareness, and goal fulfillment. It encourages you to communicate more, expand your circle, and use intelligence to improve financial and social standing. If you stay strategic, avoid ego conflicts, and use this energy wisely, this transit can help you achieve meaningful progress, stronger income potential, and long-term success through people and smart effort. For Taurus, Mercury rules your 2nd house and 5th house, and during this phase it will transit through Aquarius in your 10th house. This is one of the important transits for Taurus individuals because the 10th house represents career, profession, authority, reputation, public image, government, bosses, responsibility, and long-term achievements. When Mercury enters the 10th house, the focus of life shifts strongly toward professional matters. Communication becomes serious, structured, and goal-oriented, and the way you speak, write, negotiate, and present yourself at work directly influences your growth. Mercury is the planet of communication, intellect, calculation, strategy, learning, business intelligence, and decision-making. In the 10th house, Mercury activates professional and authoritative communication. Taurus individuals may find themselves engaging more with bosses, senior officials, government authorities, corporate structures, legal systems, or organizational hierarchies. This is a time when conversations are not casual. Discussions are about performance, responsibility, targets, compliance, procedures, and future direction. Many Taurus individuals may have important meetings related to career progression, appraisals, role changes, or increased responsibility. Because Mercury rules your 2nd house, this transit directly connects career with income, financial security, and family responsibility. Your speech becomes more calculated, especially when money or professional value is involved. You may think more about how your career supports your lifestyle and family. Some Taurus individuals may actively negotiate salary, incentives, or financial terms linked to their professional role. Others may become more conscious of reputation because public image directly impacts income flow during this period. Words spoken at work matter a lot now, as they can either strengthen or weaken financial stability. Mercury also rules your 5th house, which represents intelligence, education, creativity, performance, decision-making ability, children, and speculative thinking. When the 5th lord moves into the 10th house, it creates a strong link between talent and profession. Taurus individuals may feel the urge to prove their intelligence, skills, and creative abilities in the workplace. This is a favorable time for people working in teaching, consulting, finance, management, writing, media, analytics, or any field where intellect and performance matter. Your ideas can get noticed by authority figures, provided they are presented clearly and practically. Aquarius represents large organizations, technology, innovation, research, social systems, unconventional thinking, and future-oriented goals. Taurus individuals may find themselves dealing with corporate setups, government systems, digital platforms, or technology-driven environments. You may feel encouraged to think differently about your career path, adopt new systems, or upgrade skills related to technology, data, or modern processes. Professional growth during this time may come through innovation rather than tradition. This transit becomes extremely significant because Mercury will be joined by Sun, Rahu, Mars, and Venus in Aquarius, creating a powerful stellium in your 10th house. This means career and public life become the most activated area of your chart. You may feel a strong inner pressure to perform, achieve, and establish authority. Opportunities can arise suddenly, but so can challenges that demand maturity. The Sun, Moon, and Rahu conjunction forming a solar eclipse is especially important for Taurus individuals. An eclipse always marks a new beginning and revelation of truth, and since this eclipse occurs in your 10th house, it can bring a major shift in career direction. Some Taurus individuals may start a new role, take on a new responsibility, or change the way they approach their profession. Others may realize an important truth about their career path, workplace politics, or relationship with authority figures. Something that was hidden or unclear may come to light after the eclipse, helping you realign your professional goals. Mercury with the Sun in the 10th house increases confidence in professional communication. You may speak with more authority, clarity, and conviction. This is good for leadership roles, presentations, interviews, and official discussions. Sun can also increase ego. Taurus individuals must avoid sounding rigid, arrogant, or dismissive, especially when dealing with seniors or government authorities. Respect and professionalism are key to success during this transit. Mercury with Mars adds ambition, drive, and competitiveness to career matters. You may feel an urgent need to prove yourself or push hard toward professional goals. This combination supports taking initiative, handling challenges, and making bold career moves. But it also increases the risk of conflicts with bosses or authority figures if impatience takes over. Words spoken in anger or frustration can harm reputation, so Taurus individuals should stay calm and strategic in all professional interactions. Mercury with Venus is especially supportive because Venus is your first house lord. Venus brings diplomacy, charm, and balance. This helps soften the intensity created by Sun, Mars, and Rahu. Taurus individuals may handle professional conversations more gracefully, gain support from seniors, or improve public image. This is favorable for careers connected to finance, luxury, design, beauty, branding, media, hospitality, or client-based roles. Venus also supports recognition and appreciation when communication is handled politely and tactfully. Because Mercury rules the 5th house, this transit also highlights decision-making and speculation related to career. Taurus individuals may think seriously about long-term career investments, skill development, or strategic moves that affect future growth. Parents may also focus on children's education and future planning, especially if it connects to reputation or social standing. Impulsive career risks should be avoided, especially around the eclipse period. Decisions made after clarity emerges will be more beneficial. Another important theme is interaction with government, legal systems, and formal procedures. Taurus individuals may become curious about rules, policies, compliance, or legal frameworks related to their profession. Some may deal with government paperwork, licenses, approvals, or regulatory matters. Mercury supports understanding systems, so this is a good time to learn procedures and handle documentation carefully. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your 10th house is a career-defining period for Taurus individual. It brings serious professional communication, focus on reputation, and opportunities to use intelligence and skills for public recognition. If Taurus individuals stay disciplined, avoid ego clashes, and communicate with maturity, this transit can bring long-term professional growth, financial stability, and a stronger public image. For Gemini, Mercury is your most important planet because it rules your 1st house and 4th house, directly shaping your personality, mindset, confidence, health, emotional peace, inner stability, and home life. When Mercury transits through Aquarius in your 9th house, the focus of life shifts toward higher knowledge, belief systems, learning, guidance, travel, and long-term vision. This transit reshapes how you understand the world and your place in it, especially because Mercury will stay in Aquarius for an extended period due to retrograde. The 9th house represents religion, spirituality, philosophy, ancient texts, ethics, dharma, higher education, gurus, mentors, law, publishing, and long-distance journeys. When the planet of intellect and curiosity enters this house, Gemini individuals naturally feel a strong urge to seek meaning rather than information alone. You may want to understand why things work the way they do, not just how they work. This is the kind of transit where the mind expands beyond everyday logic and starts exploring deeper truths. Many Gemini individuals may feel drawn toward scriptures, philosophical discussions, astrology, psychology, history, or spiritual studies. Because Mercury rules your 1st house, this transit directly impacts your identity. Gemini individuals may feel that their thinking style itself is changing. You may become less scattered and more focused on purpose. Instead of jumping from topic to topic, you may want structured knowledge that gives direction. Aquarius supports scientific and rational thinking, so even if you explore religion or spirituality, you will do so logically rather than blindly. You may question traditions, analyze belief systems, and try to form your own understanding of truth. Mercury also rules your 4th house, which represents inner peace, emotional comfort, home environment, and mental security. When the 4th lord moves into the 9th house, emotional peace becomes linked with faith, guidance, and belief systems. Gemini individuals may feel emotionally restless until they find clarity about their life direction. You may feel the need to align your inner world with a higher philosophy. Some may feel comforted by spiritual practices, prayer, meditation, or learning under a mentor. Others may find peace by understanding different cultures, ideologies, or global perspectives. Aquarius brings a unique flavor to this transit. Aquarius is about progressive thinking, global awareness, humanitarian values, and unconventional wisdom. So, Gemini individuals may be exposed to belief systems very different from their upbringing. You may interact with people from different ethnicities, cultures, or countries who challenge your existing viewpoints. This can be a powerful learning phase because it broadens your mind. You may realize that truth can be approached from multiple angles. This transit supports open-mindedness. One of the strongest themes of this transit is interaction with gurus, mentors, teachers, or guide-like figures. Gemini individuals may seek advice from experienced people or feel drawn to teachers who expand their worldview. Some may reconnect with an old mentor. Others may become mentors themselves, sharing knowledge with others. Mercury supports communication, so learning through discussion, debate, teaching, writing, or lectures becomes prominent. This is an excellent time for academic pursuits, certifications, research work, publishing, or teaching-related activities. Long-distance travel is another important theme. The ninth house governs travel to faraway places, especially for education, spiritual growth, or professional exposure. Mercury here can bring travel plans, visa processes, foreign collaborations, or interactions with international institutions. Even if physical travel does not happen immediately due to Mercury retrograde, mental travel definitely will. Gemini individuals may explore foreign philosophies, global trends, and international knowledge through books, online courses, or conversations with people abroad. This Mercury transit is particularly impactful because Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius and stay in your ninth house for a long time. This means beliefs, education plans, and travel ideas may go through revision. You may question your current belief system, rethink educational goals, or reconsider a long-distance move. Some plans may feel delayed, but this delay is purposeful. Mercury retrograde in the ninth house forces deeper understanding. It prevents blind following and pushes you to verify information before accepting it as truth. The intensity increases because Mercury will form conjunctions with Sun, Venus, Mars, and Rahu in Aquarius. This creates a powerful intellectual environment. Mercury with the Sun brings confidence in ideas and a strong urge to express beliefs. Gemini individuals may speak more boldly about philosophy, ethics, or social issues. Ego clashes are possible if opinions become rigid. Mercury with Mars adds passion and debate. You may feel compelled to defend your beliefs strongly. This is good for activism, teaching, and intellectual leadership, but arguments can arise if patience is lacking. Mercury with Venus brings harmony and appreciation for beauty and knowledge. Gemini individuals may enjoy learning art, culture, philosophy, or creative subjects. This combination also supports pleasant interactions with teachers and mentors. Mercury with Rahu makes the transit unconventional. You may be attracted to foreign ideologies, unusual belief systems, or cutting-edge knowledge. You may learn machine languages, technical subjects, or futuristic concepts alongside spiritual or philosophical studies. Rahu can also create confusion or misinformation, so critical thinking is essential. The solar eclipse of February 17th, occurring in Aquarius, can mark a turning point in your belief system. Gemini individuals may suddenly change their outlook on life, religion, or long-term goals. Some old beliefs may dissolve, making space for a more mature and inclusive worldview. This eclipse can also activate major decisions related to education, travel, or mentorship. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your ninth house is a powerful phase of mental expansion, learning, and belief transformation. It encourages you to seek higher knowledge, interact with gurus, explore ancient and modern wisdom, and understand life from multiple perspectives. The key is openness without confusion and curiosity without arrogance. If you stay grounded and patient during retrograde, this transit can bring deep wisdom, clarity of direction, and a more meaningful connection with the world around you. For Cancer, Mercury rules your 3rd house and 12th house, and during this period it will transit through Aquarius in your 8th house. This is one of the intense and transformative Mercury transits for Cancer individuals because the 8th house does not operate on the surface level. It works behind the scenes, forcing deep mental shifts, emotional uncovering, and encounters with hidden realities. The 8th house represents occult knowledge, mysticism, tantra, astrology, psychology, secrets, research, sudden events, transformation, trauma patterns, healing processes, shared finances, inheritance, insurance, taxes, and matters that are not openly discussed. When Mercury, the planet of intellect and curiosity, enters this house, the mind turns inward and downward, searching for truth beneath appearances. Cancer individuals may feel a strong urge to understand what is hidden rather than what is obvious. Superficial conversations may feel meaningless. You may want depth, honesty, and real understanding, even if it feels uncomfortable at times. Because Mercury rules your 3rd house, this transit strongly affects your communication style and thinking process. The 3rd house represents learning, skills, courage, writing, research, communication, and information sharing. When the 3rd lord enters the 8th house, Cancer individuals become research-oriented communicators. You may dig deep into topics that others avoid. You may read, study, and analyze subjects like astrology, occult sciences, psychology, healing modalities, conspiracy theories, or hidden power structures. Once you discover something meaningful, you will feel compelled to communicate it, though usually only with select people who can understand you. At the same time, Mercury also rules your 12th house, which represents isolation, spirituality, foreign lands, losses, expenses, sleep, subconscious patterns, and moksha. This makes the transit even more inward-focused. Cancer individuals may prefer solitude during this period. You may feel mentally busy but socially withdrawn. This is not isolation due to weakness, but isolation for processing. The 12th house rulership means much of your thinking will happen in silence. You may spend time journaling, researching privately, or working behind the scenes without showing results immediately. Aquarius is a sign of scientific thinking, unconventional knowledge, humanitarian ideas, and futuristic awareness. So, Cancer individuals may approach occult or mystical subjects in a logical, analytical, and unconventional way. You may try to understand spirituality through science, psychology, or data. You may be drawn to modern astrology or research-based spirituality rather than blind belief. Aquarius also represents mass consciousness, so you may become interested in collective trauma, social psychology, or how hidden systems influence society. This Mercury transit becomes extremely significant because Mercury will stay in Aquarius for a long time due to retrograde from February 26 to March 21st. This means 8th house themes will not pass quickly. Instead, they will repeat, deepen, and demand attention. Cancer individuals may revisit old emotional wounds, past fears, or unresolved psychological patterns. You may realize that certain habits or attachments are holding you back, and this realization can be uncomfortable but healing. Mercury retrograde here is excellent for therapy. The intensity increases further because Mercury will form conjunctions with Sun, Mars, Venus, and Rahu in Aquarius. Mercury with the Sun can bring powerful realizations related to ego, identity, and control. Cancer individuals may suddenly see truths about power dynamics in relationships, family, or finances. Authority-related stress may arise, especially connected to joint resources or emotional dependency. Mercury with Mars makes the mind sharp but restless. You may feel mentally aggressive, impatient, or suspicious. Arguments can arise if emotions are not handled carefully, especially around money, trust, or secrecy. At the same time, this combination is excellent for investigative work, research, and uncovering hidden facts. Mercury with Venus softens the intensity slightly. Venus in the 8th house can bring healing through emotional bonding, intimacy, and trust. Cancer individuals may experience deep emotional connections, but also emotional vulnerability. Relationships during this period are not casual. They demand honesty. Financially, Venus can bring gains through shared resources, spouse income, commissions, or long-term investments, but impulsive financial decisions should be avoided. Mercury with Rahu is particularly powerful. This combination creates obsession with knowledge, curiosity without limits, and interest in taboo or unconventional subjects. It can make Cancer individuals extremely clever, strategic, and psychologically aware, but it can also create overthinking, anxiety, or misinformation if boundaries are not maintained. The solar eclipse of February 17th, happening in Aquarius in your 8th house, is a major turning point. Since Cancer is ruled by the Moon and the Moon is directly involved in the eclipse, the emotional impact can be strong. Sudden realizations, endings, or psychological shifts can occur. Some Cancer individuals may experience sudden changes related to shared finances, emotional attachments, or trust issues. Others may go through a deep inner awakening, realizing that something must be released for growth to happen. This eclipse can feel intense, but it is deeply transformative. Financially, the 8th house relates to joint money, loans, taxes, insurance, inheritance, and settlements. Mercury here can bring paperwork, discussions, or decisions related to these areas. Cancer individuals should be extremely careful with documentation, especially during Mercury retrograde. Avoid rushing into financial commitments. Read everything carefully. On the positive side, this is an excellent time to understand financial systems, manage debts strategically, and plan long-term security. Health-wise, the 8th house represents hidden or chronic issues. Stress, anxiety, sleep disturbances, hormonal imbalance, or emotional heaviness may surface. This is not a time to ignore symptoms. It is a time to understand root causes. Healing therapies, counseling, meditation, and disciplined routines can bring strong improvement if followed sincerely. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your 8th house is not light, but it is powerful. It pushes Cancer individuals toward deep research, emotional healing, psychological awareness, and transformational growth. Because of the eclipse and Mercury retrograde, results may come through intense experiences rather than smooth progress. The key is to stay calm, avoid fear-driven decisions, and use this period for inner work and strategic thinking. For Leo, Mercury rules your 2nd house and 11th house, and during this phase it will transit through Aquarius in your 7th house. This is an important and visible transit for Leo individuals because the 7th house governs marriage, spouse, committed relationships, business partnerships, clients, contracts, public dealing, negotiations, and one-to-one interactions. The moment Mercury enters your 7th house, life becomes people-centric. Conversations increase, meetings increase, and decisions begin to depend on other people's responses rather than only your own will. Leo individuals, who are naturally independent and leadership-oriented, may find that this period requires cooperation, discussion, compromise, and dialogue. Whether it is your spouse, romantic partner, business associate, client, or even a professional consultant, communication with others becomes the main theme of this transit. Because Mercury rules your 2nd house, this transit directly links speech, money, family values, and financial stability with relationships and partnerships. What you say now has a strong impact on your relationships and income. Harsh words can damage bonds quickly, while mature and intelligent communication can bring long-term benefits. Financial discussions with spouse or partner may increase. Couples may talk about savings, expenses, investments, or future security. Business partnerships may involve negotiations related to profit sharing, pricing, or contracts. Leo individuals must be very conscious of tone, because the 2nd house also governs speech quality. Mercury also rules your 11th house, the house of gains, income, success, fulfillment of desires, networking, and social reach. When the 11th Lord moves into the 7th house, it creates a strong indication of gains through partnerships and public interaction. Leo individuals may attract new clients, collaborations, or profitable deals through communication. Business owners, consultants, freelancers, and people working in client-based professions can see growth during this period. Income may come through contracts, joint ventures, or referrals. Even friendships may convert into professional opportunities. Aquarius is about logic, equality, unconventional thinking, networks, mass influence, and future-oriented ideas. So, communication in relationships becomes more intellectual than emotional. Leo individuals may want space, fairness, and logical discussion rather than dramatic emotional exchanges. In relationships, there can be a need to redefine boundaries, expectations, and roles. Aquarius energy pushes both partners to think as equals rather than in a dominance pattern, which can feel uncomfortable for some Leo individuals initially, but is ultimately healthy if handled consciously. This Mercury transit is not short or simple because Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius and stay in your 7th house for a long duration. This means relationship matters, business decisions, and partnerships may go through revisions, misunderstandings, and rediscussions. Past relationships or old clients may reappear. Unfinished conversations may return for closure. Leo individuals should avoid rushing into commitments during the retrograde phase. It is better to renegotiate, review, and reassess rather than finalize everything immediately. The intensity increases significantly because Mercury will form conjunctions with Sun, Venus, Mars, and Rahu in Aquarius, creating a powerful stellium in your 7th house. This makes relationships and public interactions the most active area of life. Since the Sun is your 1st house lord, its involvement makes everything more visible and impactful. Events may happen suddenly, and decisions may feel unavoidable. Mercury with the Sun in the 7th house brings ego into relationships. Leo individuals may feel more sensitive about respect, recognition, and authority within partnerships. You may want your opinions to be valued and your role to be acknowledged. At the same time, your partner may also assert their individuality. This can create power struggles if flexibility is lacking. This combination also supports leadership in business partnerships, client handling, and public roles. Leo individuals may represent their business or brand more confidently during this time. Mercury with Mars brings sharp speech and strong reactions. Arguments can arise quickly if communication becomes impulsive. Leo individuals should be extremely careful during heated discussions, especially with spouse or business partners. Words spoken in anger can leave long-term impact. On the positive side, this combination gives courage to confront issues that were being avoided. It is excellent for pushing deals forward, taking action in business, and addressing relationship problems directly. Mercury with Venus is a balancing factor. Venus softens communication and supports diplomacy, attraction, and harmony. This is beneficial for romantic relationships, reconciliation, and improving understanding between partners. Leo individuals in creative, luxury, finance, fashion, media, or client-oriented fields can benefit greatly from this combination. It supports charm in speech, persuasive ability, and pleasant public interaction. Mercury with Rahu makes communication unconventional, clever, and sometimes manipulative. Leo individuals may experiment with new ways of connecting, such as online platforms, social media, or foreign collaborations. Rahu can bring sudden partnerships, unusual relationship dynamics, or foreign connections. At the same time, Rahu can create confusion, unrealistic expectations, or miscommunication. Verification and transparency are extremely important during this phase. The solar eclipse of February 17th, occurring in Aquarius in your 7th house, is a major trigger point. Since the Sun is your ruling planet, this eclipse can bring visible turning points in relationships or business partnerships. Some Leo individuals may experience sudden changes in relationship status, such as commitment decisions, separation, or redefining boundaries. Business partnerships may undergo restructuring. Contracts may end or begin under new terms. This eclipse pushes clarity, even if it feels uncomfortable initially. Financially, this transit can bring gains through partnerships, but it can also bring expenses related to relationships, legal matters, or agreements. Leo individuals should read contracts carefully, especially during Mercury retrograde. Avoid verbal promises without documentation. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your 7th house is a powerful phase of relationship transformation, business growth, and public interaction. It demands maturity in communication, control over ego, and flexibility in dealing with others. Because of the eclipse and the heavy planetary concentration, results can be fast and visible. If Leo individuals remain calm, honest, and strategic in communication, this transit can bring strong partnerships, profitable collaborations, and more balanced relationships that support long-term success. For Virgo, Mercury is your most powerful and defining planet because it rules both your 1st house and 10th house. This means Mercury governs your personality, intelligence, decision-making style, health awareness, confidence, and daily mindset, while also controlling your career, professional reputation, authority, visibility, and long-term success. When Mercury transits through Aquarius in your 6th house, it activates a highly strategic and karmically active zone of your chart. This is a period where challenges rise, but so does your ability to defeat them through intelligence, discipline, and precision. The 6th house represents obstacles, competition, enemies, debts, disputes, litigation, work pressure, service, routines, and health-related matters. For many signs this house is difficult, but for Virgo individuals it is a functional strength zone, because the 6th house carries the same analytical, detail-oriented, problem-solving energy as Virgo itself. Mercury thrives here. During this transit, Virgo individuals naturally become more calculative, perfectionist, sharp, and strategically minded. You will notice flaws others miss and instinctively know how to fix them. Because Mercury rules your 10th house, this transit directly impacts your professional life. Workload may increase, responsibilities may pile up, and competition may intensify, but this is exactly where Virgo individuals perform best. You are able to organize chaos, break down complex problems, and find efficient solutions. Colleagues, seniors, or even competitors may realize that you are mentally one step ahead. This is a strong period for career growth through effort, problem solving, and consistent performance rather than luck. At the same time, Mercury also rules your 1st house, so this transit affects your health, mindset, and lifestyle very directly. The 6th house governs daily routines and health discipline. Virgo individuals may become extremely conscious of habits, schedules, diet, and efficiency. You may feel the urge to correct everything that feels out of order in your life. While this can feel mentally exhausting at times, it is also empowering. If you channel this energy correctly, you can significantly improve productivity, stamina, and overall functioning. Aquarius represents logic, innovation, technology, unconventional thinking, systems, and mass structures. So, Virgo individuals may deal with sixth house challenges in new and innovative ways. You may adopt new tools, technology, or unconventional strategies at work. This is an excellent phase for those working in analytics, IT, healthcare, research, engineering, data science, compliance, law, finance, audit, or service-oriented professions. You may also become more detached emotionally, handling conflicts with logic rather than reaction. This Mercury transit is especially impactful because Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius, staying in your sixth house for an extended period. This means unresolved work issues, pending disputes, old health concerns, or past mistakes may resurface. But for Virgo individuals, this is a blessing in disguise. Mercury retrograde in the sixth house allows you to fix, refine, and perfect what was previously incomplete. You may revise workflows, renegotiate work terms, correct documentation, or finally resolve long-standing problems. Progress may feel slow, but it will be solid. The intensity rises sharply because Mercury will form conjunctions with Sun, Mars, Venus, and Rahu, creating a powerful planetary concentration in your sixth house. This makes competition, pressure, and responsibility unavoidable themes. But this is also where Virgo's strength shines brightest. Mercury with the Sun brings authority and visibility in the workplace. You may be noticed for your competence and reliability. Sun can create ego clashes, especially with bosses or authority figures. Virgo individuals must avoid being overly critical or self-righteous. Let results speak louder than words. If handled maturely, this combination can bring recognition for your problem-solving ability. Mercury with Mars is one of the strongest combinations for defeating competitors. Your mind becomes fast, sharp, and fearless. You may respond quickly in debates, negotiations, or crisis situations. This is excellent for legal matters, competitive exams, workplace politics, and target-driven roles. Mars can make speech harsh and cutting. Virgo individuals must be careful not to create unnecessary enemies through blunt words. Use this energy strategically, not emotionally. Mercury with Venus brings balance. Venus softens communication and helps maintain diplomacy in difficult environments. This is helpful in dealing with coworkers, clients, and subordinates. It can also support financial stability through service-based work and professional relationships. Venus reminds Virgo individuals that kindness can be as effective as intelligence when resolving conflicts. Mercury with Rahu increases cleverness and strategic thinking to a very high level. Virgo individuals may become almost surgically precise in handling obstacles. You may anticipate problems before they arise and outthink competitors easily. But Rahu can also create overthinking, anxiety, or obsession with perfection. It is important to know when enough is enough and avoid mental burnout. A major turning point comes with a solar eclipse on February 17th, occurring in Aquarius in your sixth house, formed by Sun, Moon, and Rahu. Eclipses always bring new beginnings and hidden truths. For Virgo individuals, this eclipse can trigger a new chapter related to work, health, routine, service, or competition. You may start a new job role, change work environment, adopt a new lifestyle discipline, or finally confront a long-ignored issue. A truth about your work situation, enemies, or health may come to light, forcing a necessary change. Health requires attention during this period. Stress-related issues, digestive sensitivity, nervous tension, or burnout can occur if you overwork. Discipline must include rest, not just effort. If managed wisely, this transit can actually improve health by eliminating bad habits and strengthening routines. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your sixth house is a powerful phase for defeating obstacles, handling competition, correcting mistakes, and building professional strength. Virgo individuals are naturally equipped to handle this energy. The eclipse marks a new beginning, revealing truths and pushing you toward better discipline. If you control harsh speech, manage stress wisely, and focus on precision rather than ego, this transit can help you emerge sharper, stronger, and far more respected in both career and personal discipline. For Libra, Mercury rules your 9th house and 12th house, and during this phase it will transit through Aquarius in your 5th house. This is a highly important and dynamic transit because the 5th house governs education, intelligence, creativity, talents, hobbies, romance, love affairs, children, performance, speculation, and the ability to take calculated risks. When Mercury, the planet of intellect and learning, moves into this house, life becomes mentally active, creative, and forward-looking. For Libra individuals, this period strongly emphasizes learning, self-expression, emotional fulfillment, and the discovery of new truths. The fifth house is the house of the mind's creative intelligence. Mercury here sharpens thinking, improves grasping power, and increases curiosity. Many Libra individuals may suddenly feel more serious about studies, certifications, or developing intellectual skills. Even those who have been away from formal education may feel the urge to learn something meaningful. This can include academic study, professional courses, or skill-based learning such as writing, communication, design, analytics, or technology. Aquarius adds a modern and unconventional tone, so learning may happen through online platforms, digital tools, or futuristic subjects rather than traditional methods. Because Mercury rules your ninth house, this transit connects learning with higher wisdom and life direction. The ninth house represents Dharma, philosophy, belief systems, gurus, mentors, law, ethics, and long-term vision. When the ninth lord enters the fifth house, education becomes purposeful rather than casual. Libra individuals may not just study for marks or qualifications, but to understand deeper truths. You may question what you truly believe in and how your knowledge aligns with your life goals. This is a powerful time for studying philosophy, spirituality, astrology, psychology, law, or any subject that shapes worldview and values. At the same time, Mercury also rules your 12th house, which represents isolation, foreign lands, expenses, spirituality, sleep, subconscious patterns, and behind-the-scenes efforts. This adds depth to the transit. Some Libra individuals may prefer studying alone or working quietly on creative projects rather than seeking attention. Learning may happen in solitude, during travel, or through foreign sources. There can also be expenses related to education, creative tools, children, or hobbies, but these expenses are usually purposeful and growth-oriented. Creativity is one of the strongest themes of this transit. The fifth house governs artistic expression and talent, and Mercury here supports writing, content creation, teaching, speaking, acting, design, and intellectual creativity. Libra individuals may feel inspired to revive an old hobby or start a new creative pursuit. Aquarius brings originality, so you may experiment with new formats, new ideas, or unconventional styles. This is an excellent time for content creators, artists, educators, performers, and anyone whose work depends on originality and mental agility. Romance and love affairs also come into focus. The fifth house is the house of romance, and Mercury here increases communication in love life. Libra individuals may feel more expressive toward romantic interests. Conversations with partner or love interest may deepen. Aquarius energy keeps emotions slightly detached and intellectual. Romance during this period may be based more on mental connection, shared ideas, and friendship rather than emotional dependency. Some Libra individuals may begin a new romantic chapter, especially connected with learning environments, social platforms, or group settings. Speculative gains and risk-taking require careful handling. The fifth house governs speculation, investments, and risk-based decisions. Mercury here improves calculation and analysis, which can support smart decision-making. Because Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius, Libra individuals should avoid impulsive speculation. This is a good period for research, planning, and understanding. Market behavior, but not ideal for blind risk-taking. If handled wisely, this transit can improve financial intelligence and long-term strategy. Children and matters related to children are also highlighted. Parents may become more involved in their child's education, creative development, or future planning. Libra individuals may spend more time guiding children intellectually. This transit supports children's learning and skill development, especially if encouraged gently rather than forcefully. Aquarius favors freedom, so children respond better to encouragement and innovation rather than strict discipline. This Mercury transit becomes far more powerful because of the solar eclipse on February 17th, happening in Aquarius in your fifth house. The eclipse is formed by Sun and Rahu, and eclipses always bring hidden truths to the surface and initiate new beginnings. For Libra individuals, this eclipse can mark the start of something new related to education, creativity, romance, children, or self-expression. Some old pattern may end, making space for a new chapter. A hidden truth related to love, a child, or creative direction may come out after the eclipse, changing how you see things. Because Mercury will be conjunct Sun, Venus, Mars, and Rahu, the fifth house becomes highly activated. Mercury with the Sun brings confidence in ideas and the desire to express yourself boldly. Libra individuals may feel more visible and eager to showcase talents. Ego clashes are possible if opinions become rigid. Mercury with Mars adds passion and competitiveness. You may feel driven to prove yourself creatively or academically, but impatience must be controlled. Mercury with Venus, your first house lord, is highly supportive. It enhances charm, artistic sense, romantic communication, and creative pleasure. This is one of the best combinations for creative fulfillment and love, provided expectations are realistic. Mercury with Rahu brings unconventional thinking and sudden ideas. Libra individuals may be drawn toward unusual creative paths, foreign learning systems, or non-traditional relationships. Rahu can amplify desires, so discernment is essential. Not every exciting idea needs immediate action. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your fifth house is a powerful period for education, creativity, romance, and intellectual growth. It encourages new learning, fresh creative expression, and the courage to start something new. The solar eclipse acts as a trigger point, revealing truths and opening doors to a new chapter. If Libra individuals stay balanced, avoid impulsive risks, and follow disciplined creativity, this transit can bring meaningful growth, emotional satisfaction, and long-term fulfillment. For Scorpio, Mercury rules your 8th house and 11th house, and during this phase it will transit through Aquarius in your 4th house. The 4th house represents home, mother, emotional peace, inner security, property, real estate, vehicles, and the psychological foundation of life. When Mercury enters this house, the mind turns inward. Communication shifts away from the outer world and moves into the private sphere of home and family. For Scorpio individuals, this transit brings a strong focus on domestic matters, emotional processing, and inner restructuring. The most immediate effect of Mercury in the 4th house is an increase in communication inside the home. Scorpio individuals may feel a strong urge to talk more with their mother or mother-like figures. Conversations may revolve around family responsibilities, emotional concerns, living conditions, or long-term security. Even those who live away from home may feel mentally connected to family matters. You may find yourself thinking frequently about home, childhood memories, or unresolved emotional issues. Mercury brings analysis, so this is a time when you try to understand emotional patterns logically rather than reactively. Because Mercury rules your 8th house, this transit adds depth and intensity to domestic communication. The 8th house represents secrets, hidden emotions, psychological patterns, transformation, healing, and sudden realizations. Scorpio individuals may uncover hidden truths within the family during this period. Something that was left unspoken may come to the surface. Emotional issues related to the past, family dynamics, or inheritance matters may demand attention. This is not meant to create discomfort, but to bring healing through awareness. Mercury helps you articulate what was previously buried. At the same time, Mercury also rules your 11th house, which represents gains, income, fulfillment of desires, social circles, elder siblings, and long-term goals. When the 11th Lord moves into the 4th house, it links emotional security with material stability. Scorpio individuals may start thinking seriously about how to create long-term comfort and stability through home-related investments or planning. There may be discussions around property, real estate, renovation, relocation, or improving living conditions. Some may explore work-from-home opportunities or income sources connected with property, land, or family businesses. Aquarius is about innovation, logic, detachment, and future-oriented thinking. So, Scorpio individuals may approach family matters in a more rational and solution-focused way rather than emotional drama. You may want to set boundaries, redefine roles, or reorganize domestic responsibilities. Aquarius also supports technological solutions, so there may be increased use of technology in managing home affairs, property research, or communication with family members. This Mercury transit becomes more intense because Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius, staying in your 4th house for an extended period. This means family matters may go through revisions, repeated discussions, or delays. Scorpio individuals may revisit old family issues that were not resolved earlier. Some conversations may repeat until clarity is achieved. While this can feel mentally exhausting, it is necessary for long-term emotional stability. Mercury retrograde here is excellent for reassessing property decisions, revisiting relocation plans, or correcting documentation related to land or vehicles. The intensity increases further due to Mercury's conjunction with Sun, Mars, Venus, and Rahu, forming a strong stellium in your 4th house. This makes home and emotional security the main battlefield and the main growth area at the same time. Since Scorpio individuals are emotionally intense by nature, this stellium can bring moments of emotional overload if not handled consciously. Mercury with the Sun brings authority dynamics into the home. Scorpio individuals may feel the need to take charge of domestic matters, make decisions, or set rules. There may also be interactions with government offices or authorities related to property, land, or housing. Sun can bring ego clashes with family members, especially with father figures or dominant personalities in the household. It also gives the confidence needed to handle responsibilities maturely. Mercury with Mars makes communication sharp and reactive. Arguments inside the home can escalate quickly if emotions are not controlled. Scorpio individuals must be especially careful with words spoken in anger, as they can hurt emotional bonds deeply. On the positive side, this combination gives energy to clear clutter, complete pending household work, handle renovations, and take decisive action on domestic issues that were being avoided. Mercury with Venus brings emotional softness and healing. Venus helps restore harmony and improves emotional bonding with family members, especially the mother. This combination supports beautifying the home, buying furniture, decorating, or making the living space more comfortable. It also supports emotional reconciliation if handled with patience and kindness. Mercury with Rahu brings sudden changes, unconventional thinking, and hidden truths. Scorpio individuals may discover something unexpected related to family, property, or emotional patterns. Rahu can also create restlessness or dissatisfaction with current living conditions, pushing you to seek change. Rahu also brings innovation, so solutions may come in unusual ways. A major turning point comes with the solar eclipse on February 17th, occurring in Aquarius in your 4th house, formed by Sun and Rahu. Eclipses always bring new beginnings and revelations. For Scorpio individuals, this eclipse can mark the start of a new chapter related to home, emotional life, or property. Some may change residence, renovate, restructure family roles, or emotionally detach from past burdens. A hidden truth related to family or personal security may come to light after the eclipse, forcing a necessary change. Emotionally, this period can feel heavy at times, but it is also deeply cleansing. Scorpio individuals are being asked to rebuild their emotional foundation in a healthier way. This transit supports therapy, introspection, and conscious emotional communication. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your 4th house is a powerful phase for emotional restructuring, family communication, and long-term security planning. It brings focus on home, mother, and inner peace. The eclipse acts as a trigger, revealing truths and pushing new beginnings. If Scorpio individuals remain patient, avoid emotional reactions, and communicate with clarity and compassion, this transit can bring lasting emotional stability and a stronger sense of inner security. For Sagittarius, Mercury rules your 7th house and 10th house, and during this phase it will transit through Aquarius in your 3rd house. This is a highly active and movement-oriented transit because the 3rd house governs communication, courage, initiative, skills, writing, speaking, teaching, counseling, marketing, sales, short travels, networking, and interactions with siblings and close circles. When Mercury enters this house, the mind becomes alert, curious, expressive, and eager to engage with the world. For Sagittarius individuals, this period brings mental stimulation, idea generation, and a strong urge to act on thoughts. The 3rd house is one of Mercury's favorite domains because it represents learning through experience and communication through effort. Sagittarius individuals may feel more talkative, expressive, and mentally energetic than usual. You may enjoy gathering information from multiple sources and then sharing it with others. Conversations become frequent, and you may find yourself explaining, guiding, or advising people often. This is a strong period for teaching, counseling, mentoring, training, and any work where communication skills are essential. Because Mercury rules your 7th house, this transit strongly connects communication with partnerships and public dealings. Sagittarius individuals may interact more with clients, partners, or one-to-one connections. Business discussions, negotiations, and client communication may increase. If you are in a relationship, communication with your partner becomes more frequent and important. You may discuss plans, ideas, or future directions together. Words spoken now carry weight in relationships, so clarity and honesty are essential. Mercury also rules your 10th house, which governs career, profession, authority, reputation, and public image. When the 10th Lord moves into the 3rd house, it shows that career growth comes through effort, communication, and skill-based action rather than passive waiting. Sagittarius individuals may feel motivated to promote themselves, share their ideas publicly, or take initiative at work. This is an excellent time to pitch ideas, start new projects, handle marketing, engage in networking, or build visibility through communication. Aquarius is the sign of innovation, logic, technology, social impact, and progressive thinking. So, Sagittarius individuals may feel drawn toward modern ideas, digital platforms, social media, or technology-based communication. You may experiment with new ways of sharing information, such as online teaching, webinars, podcasts, writing, or digital marketing. Aquarius also supports humanitarian thinking, so you may feel inclined to speak about social issues, collective growth, or future-oriented topics. This Mercury transit becomes especially impactful because Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius, staying in your 3rd house for an extended period. This means communication themes may repeat, revise, or slow down temporarily. Old ideas may resurface. Past contacts or siblings may reconnect. You may need to refine how you express yourself. While delays in communication or travel plans are possible, this retrograde phase is excellent for improving skills, revising content, and correcting mistakes in communication strategies. The intensity increases significantly because Mercury will form conjunctions with Sun, Mars, Venus, and Rahu, creating a powerful stellium in your 3rd house. This makes communication, travel, networking, and initiative unavoidable themes. Sagittarius individuals may feel mentally restless, with many ideas flowing at once. You may want to do multiple things simultaneously. Managing focus becomes important. Mercury with the Sun increases confidence and authority in speech. You may feel more courageous in expressing opinions or leading discussions. People may listen to you more seriously. Ego can creep into communication. Sagittarius individuals should avoid dominating conversations or dismissing others' viewpoints. Balanced expression suggests strength. Mercury with Mars adds energy, passion, and assertiveness. This is excellent for taking bold initiatives, launching projects, and acting on business ideas. You may feel motivated to start something new related to communication, teaching, or travel. But Mars can also create impatience and sharp speech. Arguments with siblings, colleagues, or close contacts can arise if emotions are not controlled. Use this energy for action, not confrontation. Mercury with Venus softens communication and brings charm. This combination is excellent for counseling, teaching, client interaction, writing, and creative expression. Sagittarius individuals may communicate more pleasantly and persuasively. This supports relationship harmony and business growth through friendly interaction. Venus also encourages learning creative skills such as writing, design, or artistic communication. Mercury with Rahu brings unconventional thinking and sudden ideas. Sagittarius individuals may come up with unique business concepts, innovative teaching methods, or unusual communication strategies. Rahu increases curiosity and ambition, but it can also create confusion or misinformation. Verification is essential. Avoid spreading unverified information, especially during Mercury retrograde. The solar eclipse of February 17th, occurring in Aquarius in your 3rd house, formed by Sun and Rahu, marks a major turning point. Eclipses always bring new beginnings and hidden truths. For Sagittarius individuals, this eclipse can initiate a new phase related to communication, learning, teaching, writing, travel, or skill development. A new idea may emerge that changes your direction. A truth related to siblings, close connections, or personal courage may come to light. This eclipse encourages you to speak your truth and take initiative in a new way. Travel is another strong theme. The 3rd house governs short journeys, and Mercury here can bring frequent movement. Some Sagittarius individuals may travel for work, learning, or networking. Others may plan travel related to communication or teaching activities. During Mercury retrograde, travel delays are possible, so planning carefully is advised. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your third house is a highly productive and action-oriented period for communication, learning, teaching, counseling, and skill-based growth. It pushes Sagittarius individuals to express ideas, take initiative, and share knowledge with the world. The solar eclipse acts as a trigger, starting something new and revealing important truths. If you stay focused, communicate responsibly, and channel your energy wisely, this transit can open new opportunities, strengthen confidence, and significantly enhance career and personal growth. For Capricorn, Mercury rules your 6th house and 9th house, and during this period it will transit through Aquarius in your 2nd house. 2nd house governs wealth, income stability, savings, family values, speech, food habits, self-worth, and the ability to support one's family. Whenever Mercury enters the 2nd house, the mind naturally becomes calculative about resources. Capricorn individuals will start closely observing their financial condition, questioning whether their income is sufficient, how stable their savings are, and what practical steps are needed to improve long-term security. Mercury is the planet of calculation, analysis, communication, logic, planning, and decision-making, so in the 2nd house it sharpens financial awareness. Capricorn individuals may repeatedly check bank balances, review expenses, track income sources, and compare present earnings with future needs. There is a strong desire to become financially efficient. This transit does not encourage wasteful spending. Instead, it promotes cautious behavior. Many Capricorn individuals may appear more conservative or even miserly during this period, but this is not negativity, it is survival intelligence. The mind wants to ensure that resources are used wisely and that the family remains financially protected. Since Mercury rules your 6th house, this transit directly connects money with effort, service, competition, debts, obligations, disputes, and daily responsibilities. Capricorn individuals may realize that income growth depends on disciplined effort and problem solving. You may focus on clearing debts, handling financial disputes, or managing expenses related to health, work pressure, or responsibilities. For some, money may be spent on solving practical problems rather than enjoyment. Mercury also gives strategy, so you are likely to find smarter ways to manage challenges and protect your finances. Mercury also rules your 9th house, which represents luck, blessings, higher knowledge, ethics, long-distance matters, mentors, father figures, and belief systems. When the Lord of the 9th house moves into the 2nd house, it shows that wealth is closely tied to wisdom, guidance, and ethical decisions. Capricorn individuals may seek financial advice from elders, mentors, or experienced people. You may also become more interested in learning about financial systems, investments, taxation, or long-term planning. This transit supports earning through knowledge-based work, consulting, advisory roles, or ethical professional conduct. Aquarius represents large organizations, networks, technology, innovation, collective growth, and future-oriented thinking. So, financial matters may be connected to group settings, corporate environments, digital platforms, or technology-driven income. Capricorn individuals may explore new income ideas involving online work, networking, or modern systems. This transit becomes especially powerful because Mercury will form conjunctions with Sun, Mars, Venus, and Rahu in Aquarius, creating a strong planetary cluster in your 2nd house. As a result, money, family matters, speech, and self-worth become the loudest themes of this period. You may feel mentally occupied with financial planning almost constantly. This can be productive if handled calmly, but stressful if fear takes over. Mercury with the Sun increases focus on status, pride, and authority connected to wealth. Capricorn individuals may feel pressure to earn more, prove financial stability, or live up to social expectations. There may be important discussions related to salary, reputation, or family responsibilities. Sun can also create ego in speech. You should be careful not to dominate family conversations or sound overly controlling when discussing money matters. Respectful communication is essential. Mercury with Mars sharpens financial decision-making and ambition. This combination can push you to take action toward increasing income, negotiating strongly, or asserting financial boundaries. It is good for bold financial moves when done strategically. But Mars can also make speech aggressive. Arguments over money, family values, or responsibilities can arise if emotions run high. Capricorn individuals must avoid impulsive words, because harsh speech in the 2nd house can damage long-term family harmony. Mercury with Venus supports financial growth and smoother communication. Venus brings comfort, luxury, and value-based enjoyment. You may also feel tempted to spend more on comfort, food, or lifestyle upgrades. While some spending is justified, discipline is still necessary. Venus softens speech, making it easier to explain financial decisions diplomatically within the family. Mercury with Rahu adds intensity and unpredictability. Rahu can bring sudden financial ideas, unconventional income sources, or unusual expenses. Capricorn individuals may think differently about money, questioning traditional methods and exploring modern or foreign options. Rahu can also create confusion or exaggeration. Avoid risky financial decisions based on hype or incomplete information. Double-check everything, especially during Mercury retrograde. The solar eclipse of February 17th, occurring in Aquarius in your second house, is a major turning point. Eclipses represent endings and beginnings, and Sun, Rahu eclipses often reveal hidden truths. For Capricorn individuals, this eclipse can bring a new beginning related to finances, family responsibilities, income structure, or self-worth. A financial truth may come to light, perhaps about income stability, dependency, or hidden expenses. Some Capricorn individuals may decide to change their earning approach, restructure savings, or redefine family roles and responsibilities after this eclipse. Speech and communication deserve special attention. The second house governs speech, and Mercury's presence makes words powerful. During this transit, what you say can build security or create tension. Capricorn individuals may naturally speak less, but when they do, their words will carry weight. This is an excellent time for professional negotiations, financial discussions, and clear agreements. Food habits and health are also subtly affected. The second house governs diet, and with Sun and Mars involved, some Capricorn individuals may experience acidity, digestive sensitivity, or stress-related eating habits. Conscious eating and routine discipline will help maintain balance. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your second house is a strong period for financial awareness, disciplined money management, and responsible communication. It pushes Capricorn individuals to evaluate resources realistically, strengthen income through effort and wisdom, and protect family stability. If you avoid fear-based decisions, control harsh speech, and focus on long-term planning, this transit can help you build stronger financial foundations and a more secure future. For Aquarius, Mercury rules your 5th house and 8th house, and during this period it will transit through Aquarius in your 1st house. 1st house represents your personality, mindset, self-image, confidence, physical vitality, decision-making ability, and overall life direction. When Mercury comes to the 1st house, it directly alters the way you think, speak, respond, and present yourself to the world. Aquarius individuals will clearly feel this transit internally as well as externally, because the planet of intellect is sitting right on the seat of identity. Mercury in the 1st house makes a person deeply curious about themselves. Aquarius individuals may start questioning their life path, asking whether they are moving in the right direction, whether their efforts are aligned with their true purpose, and whether they are growing intellectually and personally. This is a phase of self-observation and self-analysis. You may feel a strong urge to understand yourself better, your strengths, weaknesses, habits, and long-term goals. Many Aquarius individuals may consciously start educating themselves for self-development, whether through reading, courses, research, or learning new skills. The mind becomes active, alert, and eager to improve. Mercury in Aquarius in the 1st house makes your thinking progressive and unconventional. You may become more vocal about your ideas and beliefs. People may notice that you are speaking more, explaining more, and sharing knowledge more openly. Mercury in the 1st house naturally gives a desire to communicate what you learn. So, whatever information you collect, whether intellectual, technical, spiritual, or psychological, you will feel an urge to discuss it with others, guide them, or express it through writing, speaking, teaching, or online platforms. As the ruler of your 5th house, Mercury connects this transit to education, intelligence, creativity, hobbies, children, romance, speculative thinking, and self-expression. This means your curiosity is not shallow. Aquarius individuals may seriously engage in learning creative or intellectual skills. You may rediscover an old hobby or develop a new interest that stimulates your mind. This can be an excellent time for writing, content creation, teaching, studying, or creative experimentation, especially if it involves originality or unconventional ideas. Your intelligence becomes more visible to others, and people may seek your opinion or advice more often. Aquarius individuals may become more expressive about their feelings and desires. You may want to be understood for who you truly are. Romantic interactions may revolve around communication, intellectual bonding, and shared ideas. At the same time, you may become more selective, wanting connections that stimulate your mind rather than just provide emotional comfort. When the 8th Lord comes to the first house, Aquarius individuals may undergo a noticeable inner shift. You may uncover truths about yourself that you were previously unaware of. Old fears, unconscious patterns, or hidden motivations may come to the surface. This is not meant to disturb you, but to transform you. Mercury allows you to understand these deeper layers rather than fear them. Because of this 8th house connection, Aquarius individuals may become strongly interested in occult knowledge, astrology, psychology, healing sciences, or deep research-based subjects. You may want to understand life beyond the surface. Your communication may also become more intense and impactful. You may speak about topics others hesitate to discuss. This can make you influential, but it also means you should choose words carefully, because people will take you seriously during this time. This transit becomes far more intense due to the presence of Sun, Mars, Venus, and Rahu in Aquarius, creating a powerful stellium in your first house. This means your identity, body, confidence, and life direction are under strong activation. You may feel that life is pushing you to redefine yourself. The solar eclipse in Aquarius falling in your first house is extremely significant. Eclipses bring endings and new beginnings, and when they occur in the first house, they reshape identity. Aquarius individuals may experience a new beginning related to self-image, personal goals, mindset, or life direction. A new truth about yourself may come to light after the eclipse. You may realize that certain roles, behaviors, or identities no longer align with who you are becoming. This realization can be sudden, but it is necessary for growth. Sun with Mercury increases confidence and clarity in self-expression, but it can also increase ego. Aquarius individuals may feel more authoritative in their opinions and less tolerant of ignorance. While this can boost leadership and visibility, it is important to avoid arrogance. Mercury with Mars makes speech sharp, bold, and sometimes blunt. You may speak very directly, which can be powerful but also risky. Conflicts can arise if impatience takes over. This is an excellent time to take action on personal goals, but not a good time to engage in unnecessary arguments. Mercury with Venus softens the intensity and adds charm, creativity, and social grace. Aquarius individuals may appear more attractive, articulate, and engaging. This combination supports creative expression, social influence, and intellectual bonding in relationships. It also supports learning related to arts, design, media, finance, or anything requiring both skill and aesthetics. Mercury with Rahu amplifies curiosity and unconventional thinking. You may think in nonlinear ways and explore ideas that are ahead of their time. This is excellent for innovation, technology, research, and online platforms. Rahu can also create confusion or overthinking. Aquarius individuals should ground their ideas in practicality and avoid scattering mental energy. Health and nervous energy need attention. With so many planets in the first house, mental restlessness can increase. Overthinking, anxiety, or irregular routines can affect sleep or focus. Discipline and grounding practices will help balance this intensity. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your first house is a powerful period of self-discovery, intellectual growth, and identity transformation. It makes you curious about yourself, pushes you towards self-education, and encourages you to communicate your ideas boldly. If you stay conscious, avoid ego-driven reactions, and channel this energy into learning and growth, this transit can redefine your confidence, purpose, and direction in a meaningful and lasting way. For Pisces, Mercury rules your 4th house and 7th house, and during this phase it will transit through Aquarius in your 12th house. 12th house represents foreign lands, long-distance travel, expenses, isolation, spirituality, meditation, moksha, sleep, hospitals, retreats, and behind-the-scenes life. When Mercury enters the 12th house, the mind naturally withdraws from noise and external validation and starts seeking meaning, silence, and deeper understanding. For Pisces individuals, this transit can feel subtle on the surface but very powerful internally. Mercury is considered debilitated in Pisces, which is also the natural 12th house of the zodiac. Because of this, Mercury here does not function in its usual outward, logical, fast-paced way. Instead, it becomes reflective, imaginative, intuitive, and inward-looking. Pisces individuals may feel that their thoughts wander more, their imagination increases, and their logical structure feels softer. This does not mean loss of intelligence. Rather, it means intelligence starts operating on a spiritual, emotional, and subconscious level. You may not want to talk much, but you will think deeply. This is a strong period for collecting spiritual information. Pisces individuals may feel drawn toward meditation, astrology, philosophy, scriptures, mysticism, healing sciences, or any knowledge that connects the mind with the soul. Many may start reading spiritual texts, listening to discourses, or exploring deeper truths of life. Even those who are not spiritually inclined may start questioning material goals and feel the need to understand the bigger meaning of existence. This is Mercury working in the 12th house, learning not for achievement, but for inner clarity. Since Mercury rules your 4th house, this transit directly affects your emotional peace, home environment, mother, inner security, and mental stability. When the 4th Lord moves into the 12th house, Pisces individuals may feel emotionally detached from their usual comfort zones. You may want more solitude or time away from home responsibilities. Some may physically move away from home due to travel, work, or spiritual reasons. Others may feel emotionally distant even while staying at home. This is not a loss, but a phase of emotional reset. You may realize certain emotional dependencies or patterns that no longer serve you. The 4th house also represents inner happiness, and Mercury in the 12th pushes you to redefine peace. Instead of external comfort, you may seek peace through silence, withdrawal, or spiritual practices. Sleep patterns can become sensitive, with vivid dreams or disturbed rest due to overthinking. Paying attention to mental rest becomes essential during this transit. Mercury also rules your 7th house, which governs marriage, spouse, partnerships, clients, contracts, and public interaction. When the 7th Lord enters the 12th house, relationships take on a private, distant, or foreign tone. Some Pisces individuals may experience long-distance relationships, foreign connections, or private bonding that is not visible to the public. Communication with spouse or partner may reduce in quantity but increase in depth. There can be emotional distance at times, especially if expectations are unclear, so honest communication becomes very important. This transit can also bring foreign clients or overseas business connections. Pisces individuals involved in international work, online platforms, import-export, spiritual services, or foreign companies may see increased interaction. The 12th house also represents losses and expenses, so partnerships should be handled carefully. Miscommunication can lead to misunderstandings or unnecessary expenses if boundaries are not clear. Mercury in the 12th house often brings foreign travel, spiritual pilgrimage, retreats, or relocation planning. Some Pisces individuals may travel for spiritual reasons, healing, or rest. Others may travel due to professional obligations linked to foreign lands. Even if physical travel does not happen, the mind may constantly travel toward distant places, cultures, and philosophies. This transit becomes far more intense due to the presence of Sun, Mars, Venus, and Rahu in Aquarius, creating a strong stellium in your 12th house. This means 12th house themes dominate your life for this period. Expenses may rise, sleep may fluctuate, and mental sensitivity may increase. The solar eclipse formed by Sun, Rahu is especially important. An eclipse always brings a new beginning after a hidden ending, and since this eclipse falls in your 12th house, Pisces individuals may start something new related to spirituality, foreign lands, isolation, healing, or inner life. A hidden truth may come to light after the eclipse. You may realize that certain attachments, relationships, or habits are draining your energy. This realization can feel emotional, but it sets the stage for long-term growth. Sun with Mercury can create mental pressure or ego confusion, especially if you feel unseen or unrecognized. You may prefer to stay away from attention. This is not a time to force visibility. It is a time to recharge. Mercury with Mars can increase inner restlessness, anxiety, or impulsive expenses. Pisces individuals should avoid overthinking and unnecessary confrontation. Channel this energy into physical movement, exercise, walking, or disciplined routines. Mercury with Venus brings softness and healing. This combination supports artistic inspiration, compassion, forgiveness, and emotional release. Some Pisces individuals may find comfort in music, art, poetry, or creative solitude. It can also bring private romantic moments or emotional healing through love. Venus can increase spending on comfort or luxury, so financial awareness is necessary. Health and sleep require attention. The 12th house governs rest, and with so many planets here, Pisces individuals may feel mentally tired even without physical exertion. Insomnia, vivid dreams, or anxiety can occur if routines are not disciplined. This is an excellent time for therapy, meditation, healing practices, or spiritual cleansing. Overall, Mercury's transit through Aquarius in your 12th house is a quiet but powerful phase of inner growth. It supports spiritual learning, foreign connections, introspection, and emotional healing. It asks you to slow down, listen inwardly, and release what no longer serves you. The solar eclipse marks a new beginning related to your inner world. If you respect this need for solitude and use the time consciously, this transit can bring deep clarity, peace, and spiritual maturity that stays with you long after Mercury moves on. As we conclude this episode, please keep in mind that these insights are based on the sidereal zodiac system used in Vedic astrology, which differs from the tropical system by approximately 24 degrees. These are general predictions. The real impact depends on your dasha cycles and your individual birth chart. For a personalized analysis or consultation, feel free to reach out. If you found this video valuable, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And now you can also hype this video to boost it within the community. Your support helps this knowledge reach more people who may benefit. Thank you for watching. Stay aware, keep learning, and keep shining bright.